motorways and wherever they're trying to get here somehow, unfortunately they'll just join in and crack on as we go.
The important people here.
All the important people are here, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So first of all, welcome to Dupli, previously Tetanol. You may know us as Tetanol, been around for some time. We changed the brand not long ago, actually, for a number of reasons that I'll tell you individually about as we go through the day. But yeah, we're now Dupli, and we are a really great company with loads of new people. I'll introduce you to as many of those people as I can today as well. But in the room, we've got some other really, really important people. We have got guys from Epson, so we've got Dominic from Epson. So he's going to be in hand to answer any questions specifically about printing and anything else that you've got. In the room, we've got Polly as well from Epson. Polly's the marketing manager at Epson, so Polly's here as well. We've got some guys from Hahnemuhle. Gary can give us a wave.
Morning.
You may have seen Gary at various trade shows. And we've got Lucinda somewhere. Is she there? Somewhere? Yeah, she's gone out. Yeah, and Lucinda's also from Hahnemuhle as well. And we've got Keith. Can you give us a wave, Keith? This is Keith Cooper. You may have seen some of his videos online. Really, really good detailed videos Keith does of every printer, every paper, every colour management system. So if you want to understand colour management, he's the guy. And he's going to cover off some of that today as we go through. But today is a really relaxed day. We want to be talking about Epson printers, the benefits of those machines, the combination with Hahnemuhle. We want to be talking about the sustainability element of the new papers, the natural line papers that Hahnemuhle have introduced. We'll talk about the rest of the range as well. Any other questions you want to fire at us, please do throughout the day. We're trying to keep this quite relaxed, quite low key, but we just want you to kind of enjoy yourself. There's loads of free food and there's loads of drinks. You help yourself. You're out the office, you're out the homes today, you can kick back, relax. Anyone who want to look around, I can show you around the building as well, show you what we're about here, what we do, introduce you to any people you may speak to on the phone and things like that. That's all possible as well. So, I'm going to pass you over to Dominic, who's going to give you a bit of an insight into Epson printers. So, there you go. Dominic, please.
There we go. Are you going to
I'll be tapped.
my glamorous assistant there all today, so that's great. So yes, thank you very much. So yeah, in case you haven't noticed, I am from Epson. I've got Epson branding on pretty much everything I'm wearing, just in case I got misled for anybody else. And yeah, we're talking about sustainability, greener printing today. So what I wanted to do was kind of go over Epson's perspective, or Epson's take on that messaging, because obviously, print industry isn't inherently green, so just wanted to show you some of the ways in which we're addressing that and how we as a company are affecting that. And then a little bit about product. I didn't want to kind of like bore you to death with speeds and feeds and things like that on the product. So I've got a couple of slides at the end that just kind of show you some of the features of our new products. But again, obviously I'm here all day, so if there's anything specific you want to talk about, or the new Epson products, by all means, ask away. We can have a look at what the guys have got in the next room, and we can run off samples if you want. If you've got your own images, things like that, you can take away as well. So by all means, ask questions, come talk to us, and we'll see if we can help you. So our corporate purpose, our philosophy as Epson is to produce efficient, compact and precise innovation. So any of you that have used our products in the past, you'll have seen, we continually develop our products, we're continually looking to improve our products. This is a very Japanese mentality of continual improvement and making things efficient as possible. We've done this since our birth, basically, in our first EP 101 printer, or electric printer 101, which by coincidence is where our name came from. So if you ever want to know about the history of Epson, EP, where's it gone? There it is on that side today. EP, Epson is son of EP. So that's how it started. That's how the Epson brand came about. We were part of Seiko Corporation, which is there. But that's an aside. Jake, if you mind. There we go. So I'm not sure if there's some loads. There you go. So yeah, we've got goals. Like I say, we've addressed this. We recognise that we can do better. And so we've got our own sustainable goals. I'm not going to read everything on here, you can read this yourself, but basically these are to reduce our burden as a manufacturer on the planet, include all of our products in the recycling processes, sharing of that information as well, so being upfront and honest and telling you, where we're trying to get to and how good we're being at it at the moment. And also preserving biodiversity with local communities and things like that. Polly, for example, goes out sometimes with one of our other teams planting trees, so there's lots of different activities that go on. So coming back to the technology side of things, our technology, our core technology, our precision core, our actual printhead technology is different to other printer manufacturers. So again, if you're not aware of this, I can show you. I've got one of our printers, I can show you later. But basically, we don't use heat in our process. It's a cold process. So we don't have to heat the ink, which means we reduce energy. We don't produce that heat. So that is much more efficient compared to other products such as lasers or other wide format printers as well, which heat their ink in their technology. We've reduced in our plastic, in our consumables. So if any of you have heard of our EcoTank range from our more consumer range products, we've done that through there. But we'll also see the similar kind of technology coming through to the wider format products as well. So again, I can show you that in there. Paper Lab, just an example, a very unique technology. This is where we can recycle paper on site. So you take a bit of printed paper, put it into the machine, which is about the size of the width of this room, to be honest. It's a fairly big thing at the moment. But it will recycle it using less than a cup of water into fresh, new paper. I believe there's 2 of these have been installed in Europe so far. It's quite a big technological thing. But again, it just shows we're using our technology and our resources to develop these different technologies to help the planet. And we are investing a heck of a lot into developing better technologies, more environmental technologies. We've been recognised for our activities. So EcoVadis is probably the biggest most well-known recognition for this, for our sustainability activities. And so we've done this for 3 years now, or achieved this for 3 years, and we're in the top 1% of companies that are involved in this. So, we're being recognised, and Jake, if you just go on to the next slide. Lots of organisations have recognised us as a corporation for doing this. So you may not hear of all these, you may not hear of this activity, because obviously, hopefully you're hearing about our sales activity and our promotions and the new products and things like that, but we are getting better at shouting about this kind of thing as well, so you understand what we are as a company and the activities we're doing as well, because these kind of things are just as important as telling you about the latest products. So it should be getting better.
I'll ask a question now or later.
Well, whichever, go for it.
Yeah, on about the printers, the cold
Yeah.
technology rather than heat.
Yeah.
Was that accidental when it was first used by Epson?
No, I wasn't there personally, so I couldn't say
No, I
for
appreciate
sure. But no, the technology was
The environment wasn't being thought about probably when Epson.
No, because this was back in the 1940s, 1960s.
Yeah.
So I don't think that was probably high on the agenda at the point. It was achieving a technology mainly designed for the Japanese Tokyo Olympics.
Yeah.
So it was designed for that. We'll come back to that later. If you will. Again, so part of this, not just green, environmental, but Epson is committed to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. To keep pressing in, Jake, I think there. Oh, there you go. So these involve a broader reach of activities, not just about, like I say, recycling and that kind of activity, but Epson is invested in committing to achieving these goals as well. So we, Polly and I, being Epson employees, see some of these activities happening within our daily lives at work, not just things like climate action, but zero hunger, gender equality, things like that happen behind the scenes. So this is also just to let you know that as a corporation, we're very aware and very much at the forefront of committing to this kind of activity. If you want to see or more information on our activities and what we've done up to now, you can download our sustainability report. Just Google Epson Sustainability Report, you'll find a link to it very easily. And that will give you lots of detail, lots of information on our activities. So again, you can get this quite easily just as a PDF. And so again, if you need that for any of your quoting or activities yourselves, you can use that information. If you need anything specific, then by all means, either come directly to me or come through the Dupli guys, and we can get as much information as we can get our hands on for you if it helps you in your work. So I know a lot of people obviously have a lot more requests for this now. So, going back more to the technical side of things, I mentioned before about our technical developments, Shosei and Spirit of Innovation and Monosecuri, the art of science and manufacturing. These are two kind of watchwords in most Japanese companies, to be fair. But Epson, I would say, having been at Epson 25 years, I would say the Monosecuri is definitely a big one. And continual development of products, continual improvement is a big thing for us. So again, if you've had our previous products, you see the latest technologies, you'll see that coming through of how we continually improve our products. So it's a big, strong thing for us. And you'll see that as we come through, as I say, for our latest technologies. I've mentioned already about the heat-free precision core. We call it the branding now. And so, we have these technologies for different parts of our business, but it's mainly precision core looking for industrial environments. They're faster, more efficient, used across different product ranges. And just to give you an example, that's what printed looks like. And you can see that in our P-series products. So again, most of you in the room, probably in the photographics type market. So that would fall into our P-series, P for photo, fine art and proofing, photo proofing, we kind of abbreviate it to. So these will be the familiar products that we'll look at. There you go. And so again, have any of you had Epson products in the past for a while? Yeah, do you recognise any of these products?
Yeah, we've got 9800, so...
There you go, so sitting kind of here, there's one there.
It's not the oldest.
So that's it. Yeah, you need a new person. So that's it. So we've got a long history of, innovative, award-winning products, and the features and the developments of these products, as I say, the milestones along the way that we've had in these steps. As I say, I've been with Epson since 1997, so I've seen these, so I've come to expect, every few years we come out with something new. For you guys, probably skip generations and see bigger leaps, so it's really good. But yeah, some of the latest technology we have just does that again, it just steps up again. So Jake, if you will. There you go. So this is the current P-series lineup. You might recognise, we were just talking before about 6,000, 8,000, 7,000, 9,000. So these are our 8 and 10 colour product range. These have been around now for 8, 9 years. These are now disappearing. So Jake, if you will, with a fancy graphic, there we go. And again, there we go, magic. So basically those 4 products are disappearing. There is a very limited amount of stock that's available in the market right now. So you'll be lucky to get your hands on one if you needed one. So the range will be the 75, 95 and the 20,000. So we'll have 10 colour and 12 colour. And then to fill the gap of where we've taken these products away, we have our new P-series, our new 6 colour products. So this is what we call our production photo range. So these all share the same head technology, that new precision core twin 2.6 inch head. And they are 6 colour, 12 colour, 10 colour. So you've got everything from 24 inch through to 64 inch. So there's an option there for each market and whatever you're looking to do. But each of them are high production, high speed, high efficiency, good quality machines. Now obviously, again, depending on what you're looking to produce, if you're looking for pop-up artwork or copy shop type work, if you're looking at something like the P6500, if you're looking to reproduce museum grade, fine art, you're probably looking at, the 10 colour P20,000. So, there's a product there for everybody, but we just, we've clarified the range. It was getting a bit cluttered with 6 colour, 8 colour, 10 colour, 12 colour, everybody's getting confused. So we've just cleared that out and got the latest technology. So this is what our range looks like now. And we've got one of each pretty much in the next room as well. Sorry, just getting the next one. There you go. So this is what I just want to focus on now for a few slides, is this latest product. So we have this available in 24 inch, 44 inch, single roll, dual roll. But you can see, if you've got one of our older machines, you can see the older design, particularly this kind of design, has been around for a long time, so we're getting a bit bored of it now. So the new products have this new sleek design. It's smaller, it's more convenient, sits in the room better, and you can see it's got a smaller footprint. You can access everything from the front. You've got dual roll option in there, so it's more convenient. You can have different medias loaded, you can have different widths of media. You can actually have the second roll as a take-up for the first roll. It has got a catch basket as well. For anybody, has anybody ever put one of our catch baskets together on one of our old machines? No, you'll know what a nightmare it is if you have. This has got a much better catch basket, so you'll be able to see that again. I can demonstrate it in Blue Peter style later on. Jake, you got it? So this is our new print head. So like I say, it's our new precision core. So it's a, we say 2.6 inch head. So you can see literally where we overlap the two heads effectively. So this gives us the width. That gives us the production speed because it's covering a wider width on each pass. We've increased number of nozzles as well. So again, high resolution. It's got our classic variable size droplet technology. So we lay down different sizes of droplets for different detail versus high flood areas of colour. And we also have dedicated matte black and photo black channels. So again, if any of you used our older printers, you'll know that you needed traditionally to switch the blacks, and that also then purged a little bit of ink, so you have a little bit of ink waste. Now we have dedicated channels for that, so there's no black ink switching. So it's more efficient, more economical for you, far better. Ink set, well done there, Jake, by the way, switching. So this ink set, like I say, 6 colour ink set. So we've got the photo black, the matte black, so you still print on the different media types. Standard, yellow, magenta, cyan, and in grey. We do have another version of this, by the way, in our T-series range, which instead of the grey has a red ink. So if you're looking at anything that predominantly uses a lot of red, like I say, pop-up signage, things like that, you might want to look at that one as well. But this is more aimed at the photographic market because of the grey for your black and whites. This has 350mm or 700mm cartridges, and again, just because it's 6 colour and we're replacing it for our 8 colour series, don't be fooled or be thinking that you get a reduction in quality. Again, you can see some of the quality of the print samples we've got in the other room. Keith has already tested, I've done some testing with one of these, so again you can see what he thinks of it, but basically the quality is definitely still there. In terms of the gamut, you're up at 90+%. Now, you tell me anybody that can see the difference of anything that's 90% or above difference in product. We were discussing earlier, if you had 2 identical images under the right lighting with the right person looking at it, you potentially could see a difference. To most people, they're not going to see a difference, and the reality is they're not going to see them side by side anyway. So there's no fear there. The quality on these machines is very, very high. It's higher than what we expected, when we first heard about these. They're also much more efficient, very pleasant for you guys, for us less so, but you get up to 46%. It's our own independent testing in-house down in Hemel. We've selected a series of images and printed, so again, much more efficient. So less ink usage, so more economical for you guys, but also less ink, less packaging, less cartridges, etc. So you see where the sustainability and the green piece kind of comes in on these kinds of things. It's subtle, but it's there. So you do have less time changing cartridges and things like that. We also have ink packs. So I mentioned before about the Eco Tank. This is our industrial version of Eco Tank. So instead of having the little bottles, you have these ink bags. We don't have one of these versions here, but we do have it in the SureLab product I can show you. But what we've essentially done is most cartridges in this size of product comes in a plastic cartridge, but inside that cartridge is a foil bag anyway. So what we've done is we've taken that plastic away from the foil bag and therefore reduced the plastic, reduced the size of the shipping box, reduced the weight. So again, it affects everything that we're working towards in that sustainability messaging. Yeah, and you actually get a slightly bigger plastic ink bag because of that, and therefore again, more efficient, more economical for you guys. Just finally, Epson Cloud Solution Port. So this is some free software that we offer. If you've got one of our previous generations through to the current generation products, you can get this software free from our website. You just download it again, just Google Epson Cloud Solution Port, and you'll find this is a fleet monitoring. So if you've got 1 printer, 10 printers in 1 location, 10 locations, doesn't matter. If the printer's networked, it can see this dashboard, and that basically allows you to monitor your printer's activity. You can see your ink levels, you can see everything going on all remotely. You can access the web, you can access this information. There's a free app for your phone and your tablet, and it will tell you what's going on with your printer, how often it's been used. So if you've got a fleet of 5 printers, you can look and see, well, hang on, one printer isn't being used very often. Why have I got 5 printers? I only need 4. You know, which one's being used the most? Things like that. When's it being used the most often? Things like that. We also have a new feature in here now called our LFP accounting tool. So you can actually measure the ink used and you input your own ink and media costs, and it will tell you accurately by image, by print job, what your print costs are as well. So that's all encompassed in this Cloud Solution portal. If you want more information on this, again, I can give you a live demo again on my laptop or my phone later on, but again, you can get this for free today as well. So a great solution if you've got an existing printer or you're looking to upgrade your printer as well. And that was it from me. That's fairly swift, I think, so I'm not sure how much time I was on. But if you've got any other questions, obviously I'm going to be here all day, feel free to ask. Okay, hope that was informative. Thanks very much. So
I think for those watching on the live stream, I'm just gonna, sorry people, if this is making you feel sick, I'm just gonna move it a bit closer.
Well, thank God you didn't move it close when
Yeah, oh yeah, don't take it personally.
Sorry, alright.
Sorry. That's better.
Am I ready?
You are.
Okay. So I'm Lucinda, I'm from Harlemiller, and Gary and I'll be here all day. Gary will be here this morning, and then Phil is coming this afternoon. Anyone from any of the studios will already know Phil. So yeah, we're going to talk about Harlemiller and sustainability. So we have been going since 1584, and where we are situated is on a nature reserve. So basically it's sort of been a foundation for us to be sustainable, be good to the environment since day one. Go to the next one. Not pause. Then yeah, so basically, so this is where we are. So it's in a nature reserve in the Solling Mountains. We sort of have to be environmentally conscious, aware because of where we are. It's protected, and yeah, so we basically have a policy for all of the water, the pulp, the energy, and the packaging. If we go on to the next slide, then so basically with the water, it's a spring that comes down through the mountains. It comes out and it goes into our factory. We use it, and we then basically return it back to the river. We don't put any nasty chemicals in there and things like that. There is a sort of old wives' tale that a little bit further down there is a brewery, but I think some of the water may go in there, but it's a little bit of a conspiracy, but no one's really sure. But yeah, so next slide, we are on the cotton. So with the cotton, it's obviously not very sustainable. It takes a lot of water, it doesn't grow that quickly, it needs pesticides and things, but ultimately, the cotton isn't grown for the paper industry, it's grown for the textiles industry. So, well, there's 3. The textiles industry take the long fibres, they make clothes, everything. Then the little black seed goes into oil, and then we take the waste product, the final waste product from all of that, and we use it to make the paper. We understand that it's not the best material to be using, but we do have we've done a lot of work into finding out some other things that we can be using. We also use alpha cellulose. So this is basically just from trees. Harlemiller as a company isn't FSC certified. However, all of the fibres that we get from these trees are grown in sustainably managed forests. They are all FSC and PEFC certified. Then if we go on to the next one. So we use 100% renewable energy sources. It's actually, we would like to be carbon neutral by 2030. This is one of the things that we're doing to go towards that. So we also use a heat recovery system, and the emissions for that may reduce our CO2 levels by 40%, and also we're more than 40% below the legal limits, so we're doing better than a lot, I think. Then we are going on to, So with recycling, we try to recycle as much as we can. Obviously with the digital paper it's a little bit harder, but any production waste we will put back into the production cycle. So that goes straight back in, and anything that we can't necessarily use we may use to make the backboards for the pads and things, for the watercolour papers and things like that. We also use recycled paper for all of the box packaging. We've got paper tape instead of plastic tape, and there's lots more things that we're looking to do to sort of do all, basically. So the Green Rooster Initiative is something that we started a few years ago. We have, I think, planted something like 1.2 million trees now, and it's a programme for protecting what matters. So that's sort of the tagline for the Natural Line, and generally for some of the stuff that we're doing. We have that attached to all of the Natural Line products, and then yeah, so we so then we have the Natural Line. So this is still within the digital fine art collection. It doesn't sort of fit necessarily into the smooth, textured, glossy. It's a little subcategory of its own. So we use papers made from bamboo, hemp, agave and sugarcane. And these are all fast-growing plants. None of them need pesticides. They can be harvested multiple times a year, and they require significantly less water, so it protects the environment that they're grown in. If we start with the bamboo, it's very fast-growing. It can be harvested every single year. You don't have to even replant it because it regrows itself. It can thrive on depleted soil, and yeah, it doesn't use a lot of water. So with the bamboo as well, when we use it in the paper, it is 90% bamboo fibres and only 10% cotton. So that is probably our next, our most sustainable paper from the Natural Line in terms of cotton percent. It's got quite a warm tone, and I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but there's plenty of samples out there. And I think that Keith has done some reviews on all of these papers on his videos already. It comes in all of the standard sizes, so rolls up to 50 inches, and then sheets A4 to A2. We do also have sample rolls available in 5 metre rolls, just for people to try them out. We have these for all of the Natural Line products, so yeah, let the guys from Dupli know if you're interested in those. Then we have the hemp paper. So the hemp paper grows really fast, and it's 4 metres within 3 months. It doesn't need anything particularly, it's not a very demanding plant. And I think, actually Phil was telling me, so he'll be able to tell you more about this later, but they were planting this, so it has a high carbon dioxide uptake, so it captures a lot of emissions and things as it grows. And he was saying that I think that they've been planting hemp where the Chernobyl site was, to sort of regenerate the soil and get rid of all of the nasty top outlets, which is quite interesting. So the hemp paper is made 60% hemp, 40% cotton, and then it also comes in all of the standard sizes, just like the other ones, so A4 to A2, 17 inch to 50 inch, and the sample rolls too. So the third one is the agave plant. So this one is very undemanding. It can be harvested several times a year, and it will last for about 15 years. It doesn't require any pesticides, and yeah, it's pretty good, really. So the agave paper is 70% agave, 30% cotton. Similarly to the others, it's acid and lignin free and without optical brighteners, and then they all come in the same sizes too, so all of the sizes available. And then the last one is the sugarcane. So this is our newest one. You might have seen it a few years ago. The new one is a slightly different recipe. We've sort of gone away, worked on it a bit, and then brought it back again. So this sugarcane paper is, bear with me, is 70% sugarcane and 30% cotton. Same as the others, doesn't require any pesticides, fungicides or anything, and this can also be harvested multiple times a year. All of it comes in all of the same sizes as well, so A4 to A2, and then up to 50 inch. There are also 5 metre rolls. I've just realised I missed that bit off, so apologies. And then, so this is all of them side by side. If we just go to the next one. This is all sort of comparison of the 4 that we offer. So these are the most sustainable ones that we have. They're all slightly different, so they all work for different things. The sugarcane is by far the most textured. Yeah, I would suggest maybe having a look at them this afternoon, giving them a try, and yeah, seeing how you get on. And that's it from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one quick word. So we have the 4 types there, but watch this space. There may be some more arriving in the near future.
You teasing it.
Perfect. So guys, if everyone wants to take a quick break, I'm sure that if you guys want to look at some of the printers as well, they're all ready, and I'm sure if you've got any questions for Keith or the guys, will be able to answer some further questions for you, okay?
Thank you.